Last time when we left off, you were all traveling through the swamp. You were, in danger. You didn't know what was around and you were unsure of your surroundings. Luckily enough, you did have help from a dwarf who was kind enough to guide you through the swamp as long as you were able to hunt down some strange looking crawfish. And he was able to get you from one edge of the swamp to the other. When you were able to get to the other end of the swamp, you were greeted by some strange noises and what looked like a ruined tower or something, or maybe even a ruined castle. Who knows? But as you got closer to it, you would see that there was some strange looking creature who was humming a song to himself, and a lot of dead frogs surrounded him. As you approach, he would look at you all, smile, but without even saying hello, you would suddenly hear a loud humming. All the frogs that you presumed were dead were humming really loudly, almost deafening, to the point where you had to hold your ears together. And after a little while, you just suddenly collapse. You start to slowly slumber. You wake up, however, in a completely different environment, a place that you actually do not know, and it confuses you. This isn't where you were before. You're in a room filled with various books, chairs, and a table or two. Something that you thought you've seen before, but unfortunately, these designs are kind of weird. Something that you'd never actually see unless you were maybe royalty. But somehow you've acquired it. I wonder how you've acquired that. But you all wake up to the sound of some music. Let me get the song on. Hopefully the bot will play. You gonna play, bot? Or is it gonna fuck up? Okay. So you all wake up. You kind of all just scatter around, however. Some of you are on some sofas. Some of you are sitting at a desk. And you can see some of you are just really close by to some people. What happens when you wake up? What do you do? And roleplay.
I'm looking around.
Mm-hmm.
Where on earth? It looks familiar, but at the same time... over the wood. Yeah, I definitely got this furniture, but
You would notice, Namara, that as you walked around the table, just in front of both Lewo and Torin, were some glass. Just some little glass drinks. You know, something to drink out of. Although they're both empty. It almost looks like you guys had been drinking the night before.
That's weird. I look around for the bottle we most likely drunk out of. Is the bottle somewhere on the table?
No, not on the table, but it is in the trash bin. That is right next to your desk.
I fish it out and just look on the etiquette. Trying to gathering memories again, basically.
As you look at this bottle, you'll notice that it's a very strange brand of alcohol. Weird sort of name on it. Yet, you can read just underneath the name, it is a bottle of mead. Dwarven mead.
Oh, that's actually some fine stuff. Anyway, by such a drink, I surely can tell that some people would pass out. I toss it back into the bin.
You do so. Well, to you, Carla, it looks strange, and yet, what do you want to do with it? Okay, so you put your hand on it and you decide to spin it. Are you spinning it with all of your might, or are you just lightly spinning it? You lightly spin it, and it starts to spin around. You can see all the pretty colours on it, the greens and the blues. Although, it's a little odd looking. Something doesn't seem right about the patterns that are on there.
I look at it. It looks like a globe. That's what I can see, right? And I know what a globe basically is.
Yeah.
I look. Do I know the continents that are on the globe? Are they looking familiar to me from the shape?
Fortunately, none of the continents on there look familiar to you.
Huh. I knew something would be off. That thing is basically the planet we're living on. Yeah, it's round, it's not flat. But I have never seen this continent on no map at all. Weird. I walk around. Is Kachi still asleep?
That's completely up to them. Kachi?
I guess she's waking up now as well. And question, do I still have my eyesight like I did last game? Or am I just back to normal?
You've returned back to normal.
Okay. She's gonna wake up and just, you can hear a sniff. What the fuck is this place?
It's a noble office.
Ugh. Why are we here?
Ask me something new. I just woke up. But the furniture here looks all very familiar, somehow. But at the same time, it looks different. Not what I'm used to.
Chi. As you wake up, Kachi, not only have you just talked to Namara, but you can hear some loud footsteps outside of the room, as if there's like a few people walking around, hurrying even, as if rushing to gather something or maybe even move something.
She's definitely gonna alert them about that. There is someone moving something around.
I see. Maybe if it's uninvited guests, just in case. I do a short whistle and summon Salami.
Okay. Not mine.
I don't
Salami is apparently 12 times the size than he normally is.
know. I just need control of him.
See if you have control.
Yes.
Okay.
But I tell him to stay invisible and be at the door.
Alright. How'd you do that? You could start hearing these footsteps getting louder and louder, but you also start hearing some voices. Hey! Where's that information? What about that one previous crime scene? No. They ain't connected together. You're never gonna connect them together. Like, that guy who murdered that children in that orphanage, he's nothing to do with the robbery that's happening down at the bank. Never gonna happen.
And that's some interesting stuff down there. Are the footsteps still getting closer?
Yes.
Well, I just let it come. I don't walk outside. If they come in, they come in. At the same time, I would look. I have some papers here in front of me, I guess.
You do. Funny enough, if you look at those papers, you start to notice they're talking about some murder cases, some thefts, and even a mysterious mystery that happened at some far-off field somewhere.
I pick up the notes and readings through them. Huh,
Okay.
that looks interesting.
As you're reading them, though, you'll hear that the footsteps are still getting louder before suddenly the door swings open and a strange-looking guy in a trench coat appears. Oh, hey, you're awake.
It's pretty rude to not knock first.
Excuse me, boss. It's just, everyone's in a hurry and I just can't.
He hears Namara's voice whispering into her ear. Keep a close ear on what's getting said and how people talk.
I'll try.
Woman places a cup of tea there for Torrin, even though he's fast asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Walks over to Carla.
Oh,
Your tea, ma'am?
thank you. I take the tea and start drinking it slowly. Not bad.
I hope I'm doing good, though. Like, I'm new here, so, I'm just trying to do my best.
You can start with stop apologizing about everything. As long as you're not dropping anything, you're fine.
Yes, boss, yes. She places the tea down with the rest of the cups, just so everyone else can have a drink, before leaving.
So, I'm smelling on the tea. How is it smelling?
It is very powerful herbal tea. Very nice to the smell.
That's actually something nice. Well, it's strong though, but it smells really good.
Well, boss, she's just doing her job. We did hire her after all just to make the brews.
Well, and I know some people looking after her and her curse. Let's see.
Well, she's new here, but her first day she did stumble up the stairs out of nerves. We got her on the right track though.
We all started small someday.
Yeah.
Anyhow, then I think I will try and look around myself and my friends here. At least I want to ask. Maybe we have to negotiate to get something out of the underground. Some people there are quiet. Well, close down when they smell that something is burning.
Oh, yeah, boss. I mean, maybe I can investigate for you. I mean, I know a few people down there. Maybe. I can
Do
get some
so.
nice information.
Do so, but don't alert them too much.
Nah, you know me, boss. Master of disguises. I'm able to get into any place and get all types of information.
I know, Toon. So it be then. You're dismissed.
As he tips his hat towards you, and then turns around and starts walking away, and closes the door.
I look down to the tea, put it to the side. So then, let's see where we left off with that. Kachi,
Yeah?
what do you think? This place seems to be interesting. Even so, I cannot connect all the strings right now. How, why, and where we are. But it seems to be interesting here. And it seems like people I have never seen before address me. The proper way.
I guess this is the perfect place for a fancy girl like you then.
Thank you. Well, but to figure out where we, how we got here, we should play along for now. To figure out where we are and what we're supposed to do here, because from what I can read here, it seems like we are on the good side of law. We're solving, from the document here, we're solving stuff, like murders. And from what I can read here, oh, that heist was something.
I still don't understand how we got warped all the way to here. It feels weird. I wonder if this is all just a dream, to be honest.
Well,
He pinches her cheek.
I'm not waiting until I wake up by myself, so... Let's see. I'm looking at the books we have here. Are these all finished cases, or is there some other lecture in here?
A majority of them are finished cases, and some of them are books about each person in your party and what they have achieved to be here.
Well, if I have the time, I will go down the list. Because right now, I have no other place to start, right now, to actually start off an investigation myself. Let's say, I want to start with Carla.
Ah. So you pulled the book out from the shelves. The name on the side reading Carla. Do you decide to open it?
Yes.
Okay, you do. Do you flick to any random page or to the first?
Let's start from the beginning. I want the starting detail.
Okay. So as you open up the page, as you open up the book and go to the very first page, it describes Carla as sort of the amazing healer. And as you start reading through, it's describing Carla as the person who is able to keep people calm in such dire situations and is able to heal those that are wounded. And part of her story also being that during a fire that happened in a building not too far from where you are, she was able to actually save the lives of 15 individuals that were caught in the blaze.
Impressive. So, let's see over to Arena. I have a feeling, but let's flip to a random page here for.
As you put the book back of Carla and grab the book of Arena, you flip to a random page, stopping almost in the middle. It talking about a event that happened, that Arena was able to actually break a smuggling ring that was happening in the underground. A small little group of people were trying to smuggle in some illegal orcs and possibly some lizard folk. But they were also trying to trade them off for some illegal drugs. Arena, however, was able to catch wind and actually broke that smuggling ring, although she was tempted to eat half of the people there.
Hopefully the criminals and not the victims.
It even puts in brackets that both criminals and the innocent were almost targets of a meal.
S note. Huh. So I go first over to Kachi. And there I also pick a random page.
You put the book of Alrina back and grab the book of Kachi, sliding it over to a random page, where it talks about a night raid. Oh, the night raid. The wonderful night raid of the slave trade. A supposed building that was actually hiring a few people to gather some innocent people off the street and put them into the slave trade. Kachi, however, was actually put onto the case, but not to solve the crime. No, you had joined her on in that case, and you were the guys that were going to bust into that building and stop all the criminals. Kachi, however, was on a different rooftop, getting her trusty bow and arrow, ready to snipe any individuals that tried to run away.
Huh. I see. Slowly something makes a picture here. I put down the book again, and then is there a book about me?
Who walks up to you. Oh my god! If it isn't the famous mystery crew. Detectives! I hope you're all here for the party, and I hope you all enjoy yourselves tonight, but it's a pleasure to see you.
I pass myself over to Wendy. Pleasure to meet you too. The Chamberlain is excusing himself. He is way too busy, so he sends his apologies.
So, you're the ones. Oh, okay. The Chamberlain did tell me that he wasn't going to arrive today, and, he never actually said it was going to be you guys.
Okay. Just was not sure if he informed anyone here or not, so I just was saying it in case.
Well, I mean, either way, it's still an honor to have you guys at this party.
Thank you. So, would you show us the way?
Oh, yeah, don't mind me. I'm old, old soldier to the bones. We sometimes lose our memory a bit. Anyway, if you follow me, I would like to formally welcome you to Evergreen Manor. Just follow me, if you please.
What can you say me about the owner of this nice place? Lucius was his name, right?
You're asking me? You guys technically know each other.
We haven't seen each other for a bit.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. You haven't really seen each other for possibly 3 years?
In 3 years, it's quite a while to change a person. So I just want to see if he is still the old bone, or if he has some new, interests.
Well, I mean, the last time you saw him, you did actually save his life. I mean,
True, it is.
you helped him. And if it wasn't for good old Carla over there, he would have been dead. She was the one that saved his life, after all.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's enough about that. Let me explain. So, as you can see, you're kind of in the garden of Evergreen Manor. I know, it's a bit weird, a manor with a garden. Don't ask me, I would have preferred a battlefield, but that's just me. Anyway, as you can see, he kind of points over here. If you can see the ping.
Yep. Nice.
He points over there. Well, you guys won't need to bother about going up that way, but if you do, apart from the place that you'll maybe be staying at, there's also the servants' quarters, and something else. I can't remember what it was. Some little forestry area. I mean, the Lord told me that he apparently wanted to keep it and wasn't really gonna destroy it to build a bathhouse. We would have loved to have seen the ladies. I mean, the soldiers' morales would have got up and everything if we had seen. I'm sorry, I mean, I'll take you to the manor now.
No bathhouse. Could have been nice.
It would have, wouldn't it? Oh, we would have seen some things, me and the boys, but unfortunately... sorry. See, he shuts up after a while, even though he is technically an honorary soldier and a captain. He shows you guys a lot of respect.
I noticed. That's why I
Just-
try to stay along and play as people think of me, I guess.
Follow me. As you, Namara,
Yeah.
as you pass this guy right here,
Mm-hmm.
you get the feeling that he's staring at you, his eyes beaming and following your every footstep. But he doesn't say a word.
I look over to him, do a little stare contest. Before I shrug with my shoulders and ignore it for now.
Ah, don't mind him, Namara. He's just a little edgy.
I
If
guess
would
he's just
count-
looking at us.
Well, if I would take a coin for every time people stare at me, I would be rich by now. Even richer than now.
I mean, he's not staring at you for what you are, Namara. You can be clear of that. He's a little on edge after some of the news that he heard. I mean, that one murder case that you solved. Well, one of the victims happened to be his brother.
So, either victims or people that feel guilty. They too usually stare like that. But let's leave it for now.
Right. And he leads you towards the manor. Which, yes, I'm going to have to put your tokens in again.
Huzzah!
Hooray.
Don't worry, you're not going to be that size. No, you did not suddenly, shoot the fuck up. Nakara, you are controlling that one. Moon became a giant. Attack on Titan style.
Blind Titans. Let's go.
Okay.
Give me a moment. Because remember, I've got to go through every single individual.
Just so you know, you can box mark them and then copy and then paste. It saves you time.
I don't mind it.
Now
You
you
should-
know though.
I know, but it gives you time to think. Carla now consumes half the fucking building.
Nom. Nom nom.
Plant power!
Yeah.
Power.
Power.
Anyway,
Carla is Captain Planet.
right. So, just come with me. We'll go up the stairs. As you're all walking up, you can see that there's a lot of guards. Just for a simple manor. It's strange that there's so many guards.
That place is quiet and a heavy, well, guarding.
Well, I
And he's
mean,
the honor, I guess.
well, you're at a party filled with nobles. What do you expect? Plus, he's kind of on the defense considering what happened. Well, he almost died.
Well, that was almost 3 years ago, so, well, maybe it's just one of his ticks now.
Yeah. You can see the dwarf just standing at this, what looks like to be a giant metal door. Bangs on it twice, loud thuds. And the door lifts up. Just enough for you guys to actually walk in. Come on! The
But
second door also lifts up as well. Right. So, inside is where you're going to meet all your friends and people that you'll be partying with. I would join you, but I'm captain of the guard here. I've got to be on duty. I've got to keep an eye on everything. As he says that, you could see he's making his eyes shift all over the place, as if trying to be funny, but also trying to be serious about it.
well, then we will leave you to your job, and I try to make sure that you get also a drink, or at least something to eat from the party.
Nah, you don't need to worry about that. In the quarters that we go to, We're always supplied with good food and good wine. Some. I've also got some stashes of dwarven brew as well.
Well then, seems like Lucius is really not holding back on his money.
Well,
Nice that you getting taken care so well of.
well, I mean, he was the person who discovered some ancient artifacts and became extremely wealthy off of it.
Luck. We all need it at one point in our life.
Yep. Now, I'll let you all go in there and enjoy yourselves. You all have a fun time at your party. I'm gonna make sure these... And he looks around, seeing all the guards. I'm gonna make sure these idiots don't suddenly fall asleep on duty.
Well then, let's move.
As he walks past, you can see he suddenly tries to scare this guard to keep him awake. You just hear this like... And the guard kind of jumps a little bit and then relaxes. I'll get you next time, Fred. Don't you worry. And both the metal doors close.
At least he has energy, huh?
Yeah, this place seems to be under lockdown. On one side safe, on the other side I don't really like the feeling.
Come on,
Some of the
sis.
people.
As you walk in, you will see two maids. One that is a hellhound and one that is a sort of like a dark elf.
Lucia?
Hmm?
You're welcome.
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty then.
See, he keeps the door open and Lucia sort of just runs in and goes up towards the other table. Of which, yeah, it's a little bit further away, but can still be seen and be taking part of the conversation.
Hmm.
Now to make this part quick, the chefs bring in a lot of food. We are talking about like massive roast dinners, porks, turkeys, chickens, you name it, it's on the table. You can eat whatever you want and you can drink as you please.
Quite a rich table here. Namara will take some of the food, put it on her plate, but she will not really touch it.
Fine. Catchy, do anything?
She's gonna... Well, since she can hear what she's doing, she's gonna do the same. And just... And then look at the fork and knives and be like, And then she just smiles.
You can suddenly hear Lucius, don't fucking worry about the forks and knives. Eat how you want to eat. Enjoy yourselves.
I'll do my best not to mess. Take small pieces by pieces.
Arena?
Oh, you know, she's already gone in there.
Okay, fence planted into the fucking plate. We get it.
Yeah, basically, as all the food comes in, and let me just...
Vacuum.
Namara is more like, sure, she has stuff on her plate. She also picks it up with a fork and the knife, cutting it down a little bit. But
Yeah.
she looks like she is someone who doesn't really have hunger at all.
You and the
Yeah,
guests,
I don't really need to eat.
the few of the guests look at you, but they kind of just shrug it off and start eating themselves. Carla said that they had to go somewhere, so, they start eating some of the food. Some of their roots start picking up food and start, eating it, devouring it, even spitting out bones.
Carl and Elrena's having a fucking eating contest all of a sudden.
Possibly. You can see,
this is a fancy dinner party. Good.
you can see Lucia's just laughing as she's just watching it from a distance.
I basically take my plate, show
you
it
do anything.
slowly over to Arena.
He eats the food, but tries to be more elegant about it than the other nobles.
Oh, contest, yeah.
You can definitely see these two guys are just staring at you and just smiling before talking to each other, but you can hear it. He's more noble than us, and we're nobles. I guess he's a noble, even though he's religious, but Seems to be good. Must
My
have had a
brain
decent
cringed.
family. Meanwhile, you can see this guy just looking at you and just going, thinking to himself, I will tax him triple for that. Anyway, the night moves on. Everything seems to be nice. You've had a couple of drinks, you've had some food, some music playing. But you've all been guided. You've all been guided to the guest house. Every single one of you. So now let me take you to the guest house, which is... Boom! Yes, I do need to put your tokens on. Orin, you are not that big.
Fuck me in my fucking brain.
Roll 20. You want to cooperate with me for a moment, please?
Never.
It was trying to send everyone in. Kara, you should be able to control you. Torin, you should be able to control you.
I'm a big elk.
Oi, don't steal my part, bitch. You're the blind fruit bat.
We've devoured the house, kid.
Yeah, don't bring me to the witch in the forest that has a gingerbread house.
Okay, so you've all been guided to this wonderful, wonderful guest house.
You forgot Carla.
Kara has become part of the tree.
Carla is the tree.
Don't worry. I've got Carla anyway because they're kind of away. So you've been brought into this guest house and you can hear a few of the guards. It seems you've had a good party, a good couple of drinks. There's a few beds inside for you. Lord Lucius did say this was to be treated as your home, and we'll be keeping guard for you.
Is there a bath?
Yeah, there's a bath. I presume it's on the south side. As he kind of just waves his halberd down that way, where I'm pinging.
Eh,
Thank you very much. We will then make ourselves at home.
dips in the bath.
I'll help you with your back, because you can't see that well. Small drums
Quite
that
nice
put 'em-
garden here.
Well, Karen said that she just fucking smuggles herself into this. Becomes part of the wildlife.
Looks better than our house.
Well, I was asking a little bit what made Lucius so wealthy. He seems like he found an artifact that basically extend the lifespan, even maybe makes someone immortal, maybe. And it has the power to resurrect people, bringing them back from the dead.
Oh.
So no wonder why he can throw out so much money. Well, he's a nice guy though. Even so, I'm a little bit concerned about him. Power like this can change people, you know.
Indeed, so. You want us to find that artifact then?
First of all, I would like to know how we get out of this place again, because so much looks wrong, but at the same time feels normal. It's weird to describe.
In a sense.
I left my dog at his house. He's currently strolling around the garden and keeping an eye on the house itself. Maybe I will... I don't really hope something will happen, but just in case. So, I guess our elk friend's doing a bath right now, so I will get later in it tonight. For now... How dark is it already? Is it already pitch black night, or...?
It's quite dark. The two guards have had to light some of the torches to make sure that you guys can actually see where you're going.
I will make myself soon bed ready. Is there, by the way, was there anything that catched your eye at the party, or was it just mostly casual?
Nothing really catches my eye. I am weary of everyone here. We still don't know how we got here.
From what I remember from the
And you can also see this guy, the guy in the blue, lifts his arm up. And they both agree. Yeah, we saw him. I mean,
Okay.
I even had a conversation. Alex even says I even had a conversation with him at the bottom of the stairs before he went upstairs.
good, that's enough for me. Kachi,
Hmm?
could you go over to the demi-humans, the servants, and ask them if they saw something?
I'm gonna go into the kitchen first and ask them in there. Maybe
Yeah,
the chefs have seen anything. But first of all, she kneels down to smell the body.
Okay.
I've rolled. Do I smell anything? I've rolled on the other page.
What did you roll? You got a 19 on perception.
Yeah.
You do smell a lot of blood. You do smell a faint smell of something that doesn't smell human.
She's gonna keep that to herself.
Okay then.
But she's gonna remember the scent.
So,
Hmm.
as said, Kachi, you're better with the demi-humans, so I leave that to you.
I'll start by this. Hold on. No, I have another idea.
Yeah?
I'll get all the servants into the kitchen first.
Sure.
You can, as soon as you say that, you hear Lucius. A few of them have already gathered in the kitchen. It's, I think it's just the two at the front gate.
Hmm.
Well, they're also demi-human. Just let Kachi do her job.
What about
Yeah.
the one down the room here?
Oh, she's, yeah, take her to the kitchen. She might be a little bit hard in understanding. She is a little bit deaf.
Oh no, she's deaf and Catchy's blind. This is gonna be funny. You hear me?
You can see it takes her a moment before she nods her head.
Catchy is kind of like waving in front of her eyes. But she takes the blindfold off and waving in front of her eyes to indicate she's blind.
You can see the orc female suddenly responds, "Oh, you're blind."
She then nods and says, "Yes, I believe they said you have trouble hearing. Right?"
Just some mild trouble, not a lot. I can hear most things, but there are some things I cannot hear. Mainly high-pitched noises.
Okay, I'll keep my voice low, in low pitch. Please go to the kitchen.
Of course. And without any questions asked, she goes past everyone and heads towards the kitchen.
Goes into here. Sorry, you two. Please go to the kitchen. I need to speak with all of you.
Okay. And has phased through reality to the kitchen.
Come on, sis. I might need you in there.
You can just hear mumbling as people are just still talking about this corpse being brutally opened up as if it was nothing but a toy.
On the mayor, once you're done talking to them, you can come in and we can ask them together. Unless you want me to handle all of them myself.
I will check up on you, but you can start without me.
Right then.
As you walked past here, You would have sensed that Lucia is right there,
Yep.
but she looks like she's. Well, you would sense that she's scared and worried.
You want to go into the kitchen?
Lucia sort of just looks down and shakes her head before speaking. I just want to go back to my dad.
Amar.
Yeah?
Can't you stay by her father? The kid's shaking up.
Namara's looking over to Lucia. Fine by me. We're staying anywhere clustered up like whatever here.
Kashi then looks to her. Try to avert your eyes from looking at the one lying down, okay?
She nods before walking. And she technically walks past. And as she gets to her father, she makes the mistake and looks at the corpse.
Thorin tries to put his wing to block the view.
You are lucky you did that. Her vision was suddenly obscured by a dragon wing, to which then she just hugs her father.
So, who of all of you were able to who of you all saw this fella here at last?
Well, you could suddenly hear Alex's voice raise up. I mean, all of us. We were all here drinking with him, and strangely enough, when we all went to sleep, we all sleep on the same level, as he points towards this area.
That's not what I meant. I said who saw him yesterday at last? Who of you all were the last person who saw him alive? Because as the body here is laying, someone was basically putting him out on display for everyone to witness. That is not just a murder, that is a show-off. But as you all said, you all were going to bed, so someone must have killed him in his bedroom and dragged him out here, or dragged him out here and then killed him. So I actually want to see his bedroom and want to know who saw him last. Anyone?
I mean, that's fine. You could search the bedrooms. It's just, I think everyone saw him last. I mean, he was the first one to try and walk into the bedrooms. Even though Alex kind of stops for a moment and glances over to this woman. Well, you can see she's just standing there in her nice red dress, kind of still in a little bit of a shock after seeing the dead body.
So, what is it?
Alex looks at you. I mean, them two were the last to talk, but I don't think they did anything considering she walked away from him.
What was the last thing you talked about with him?
You see this woman in the red dress and long blonde hair, beautiful looking, look at you, Namara, and start saying, well, he tried to ask me if I would spend a night with him. You know, so he could forget his worries and his woes about his so-called wife leaving him for some Minotaur.
And you declined?
I mean, yes, I might be a mistress, but I don't go for anyone in the slave trade.
Fair. While I'm talking, I look, let Salami basically walks through the bedrooms. do I see anything?
You're going to see a few bits and bobs, items of each one of the characters that is there, each one of the guests, but nothing out of the ordinary.
So not even items that stick out, basically. Just minor stuff.
Oh, just minor little details and stuff, but nothing that sticks out like a sore thumb.
So, nobody besides you. So you were the last person who talked to him, and you all saw him together last time. There were no noises, no loud banging, or even discussions from the next room anyone was witnessing at the night.
You can hear Lady Beatrice suddenly speak up. No, everyone just decided to go to sleep, and, well, as you can hear from Lee, you're just investigating. I'm sorry for being nervous.
Is there something you want to tell me, Lucia? You were watching me now for a little. Did you
He
have
is-
something in your mind? Do you remember
he-
something?
He is dead, right?
He is not waking anymore.
So, he's not like the other one.
Which other one?
There was a guy, a while back, who I know was dead. Because, well, when we went to the city, we were there, and he had killed himself before he was buried. A week later. But then, last week, I actually saw him outside of the manor.
You saw that person?
Yes. As Lucia says that, you can see Lucia sort of like holds Lucia. Shh. I'm sorry. I'm sure she must have just been having a nightmare. She's been having a lot of them.
Let her talk.
Okay then.
That person you say, was it a male, a female?
Couldn't tell. He was standing quite far away on top of the hill. But all I do know is he every so often would actually draw closer to the building, as if he was looking for something.
Looking for something. I see. Okay. Might be useful, might be not. With that, I would jump over to the kitchen.
Okay.
Actually, before I do that, I want to figure out if Lucia is telling me the truth, or if she is making up something. As far, at least to my own concern, as possible.
Roll insight.
14.
You get the feeling she isn't lying to you, but you're not 100% sure if it's just her telling the truth, or if she actually had a nightmare.
Well, sometimes dreams are also a vision, dependingly. Okay.
As you do that, you could see this guy, this man who's been playing the piano, well, the day before playing the piano, sort of just look at you, and then look at Lucia, then look back at you. His expression has not changed at all.
You there, sir.
Hmm?
Did you
Yes?
overhear any kind of conversations during your play last night that could lead us to a solution?
Apart from the average talk, business talk, people talking about the party and, their nobility rank. Not much.
I see.
I was mainly playing music for the little one here.
Hmm. Quite impressive music and a really nice song. You
It-
played quite often yesterday.
It was her mother's song.
I heard about it.
Although, if you don't mind me asking,
Hmm.
you can see he just looks from left to right. You mind if I say this in private to you?
Come with me. So what is it?
What Lady Lucia has told you about
This
the
nightmare.
dead.
Mhm.
It's no nightmare.
What do you know about it?
We've heard some rustling in the gardens, and we've seen some things, heard some noises. We presumed it was just, wild animals sneaking in. But there was something that me and the other servants did end up finding and having to, let's say, get rid.
Yeah.
The creature, the thing that Lucia described, the
The
dead
shadow.
man. We had to get rid of it. There was actually something undead that was walking towards the manor, and with the help of some of the guards, we were able to
Kill
get
it?
rid of it. Yes.
Fair. Okay. So, but who it was, or there was no resemblance on the identity of this undead?
Unfortunately, none of us had ever seen this man before, but it was strange that there was a certain area that he kept trying to go to.
Which one was it?
Well, I mean, he couldn't really get into the house, but it was almost like he was walking away from it. Kind of to the side of it, even. It was towards the water feature that's outside, out the front.
You mean the well there,
The fountain.
the fountain? Yes.
Yes, yes.
He aimed for this part of the building.
Although it's strange. I mean, the fountain just produces water. That is it.
I will think about it. Thanks for your information. And, well, it might help, it might not. Thanks for telling me. You're one of the cooperative ones in this room.
You're welcome. As he bows and goes back without stretching.
Don't stop doing the pudding. Thorin,
Yes.
would you do me a favor and investigate the fountain? There might be something.
Sure.
So, now I'll concentrate on my servant and wait for Thorin to return.
Okay, so what's going on in the kitchen? Gordon Ramsay's hellhole. Yeah, cheap.
You guys hear me or?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Ketchy's gonna go around and see, or she first tells everybody to stop what they're doing, and if they're cooking something, stop it, because there might be human flesh around. Since some of the organs was removed, she's literally telling it all out.
You can see they all stop what they're doing. Whoa, yeah, whoa. Organs?
Yep. They were missing. What was it again? A lung and.
Along in the liver. You hear the servant growling.
Now, my eyesight is not very good. My smelling is. Need to see if we can find that in here. Someone may have.
your eyes.
Nice. Well, good. She starts going around smelling.
See, as the creature gets closer, the servants just give it some space.
I'm walking around because I gotta get ready to sleep because I'm fucking dead.
So yeah. The Dogo is looking around. Ham is looking around for anything that even particularly looks like a liver or a lung.
Do me an investigation.
And I hope Kachi is helping me.
Yeah, I am.
So
With advantage, then.
Hmm?
Okay. You're looking around. You don't really see a lung or a liver. You do see some, like, cut up chicken, a octopus tentacle, a ham sandwich somewhere, and a few leftovers from last night's big roast dinner. But you don't see any lung or liver.
Hmm. The servant is walking back to Kachi. Nothing. Nothing that looks like what we're searching for.
Where do you guys keep the fresh meat?
Oh, if you want the fresh meat, it's in storage.
Where is the storage?
If you follow me, this guy sort of just walks forward, and a few of the other servants walk out.
She's gonna follow with.
As
Just
he
need to sleep, so not at the PC, but.
Okay. He walks over, and you can see he stands here. In this room. It's where we keep most of the stuff, cheese and all that. Although the other room right beside it is a lot colder. Mainly used to store the meats.
Stay here.
Hey, sure, big guy.
So, assuming that Kachi is still following me, she will most likely help Ham to search around. So, more investigation, or
Yeah, do an investigation.
not really lucky.
10 and a 4. We'll go with the advantage 10.